Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to have many different connections, not just to the prequels and the originals, as well as Star Wars Legends, but also other forms of the Disney canon material that falls under the Star Wars universe. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So as we get closer to the release of Episode 9, as well as getting closer to the official Trailer 2 of this movie, which by the way is all set and ready for release on August 24th of this year over at D23, we're learning more and more about this film. We do know that J.J. Abrams really is aiming very high for this movie in order to make it the best of the sequel trilogy, and I really do have high hopes, and I'm really crossing my fingers that he's really going to knock this one out of the park. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that a description of Rey inside of the Last Jedi ruins, within the Lost City, where it's described that she is on a personal mission within the second act of the film. It's described that as she holds the Skywalker saber, she is being guided by Anakin Skywalker throughout the Lost City, where his voice is said to guide Rey in a whispering fashion. Eventually, Rey is described to make her way to the Lake of Dreams, where she is able to connect to characters like Luke, Kenobi, and even Anakin Skywalker. One of the sequences involves a moment in which Rey is meditating in the Lake of Dreams, while floating on her back, where Anakin's Force Ghost is describing to give her guidance and deliver new truths about her father. Anakin is said to be able to assist Rey to realize that her father is still alive, where Anakin is able to pinpoint that he resides somewhere over in the beyond, a place that is nearly impossible to get to the very center of it all. It's said that this scene, with the help of Anakin, is able to make her realize exactly where her father really is. The Lake of Dreams is described to be powerful and holds a connection to the beyond, which is exactly how Anakin is able to offer Rey guidance. So what's really exciting about this is that this gives us better clarity, I guess you could say, on exactly how J.J. Abrams is going to be using Rey's parentage in the second act of Episode 9. Now, I don't know about you, but this somewhat reminds me of how they use the storytelling in Rogue One, where we do in fact learn that Jyn Erso's father, Galen Erso, is alive and well, and that Jyn is trying to track him down. Now, it seems like that they are somewhat tapping into that, maybe not fully, but they are somewhat kind of mimicking of what Disney did with Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. That's just my take. Now, as far as Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost being able to assist Rey while she is linked to the Lake of Dreams. Now, this is located within the Last Jedi ruins. Now, the Last Jedi ruins, alright, it's basically said to be the only standing ancient Jedi ruins that resides underneath the surface of an unknown world. Very interesting, I gotta say. Now, the Lake of Dreams is said to hold a connection to the beyond, and that this is the main reason as to why Anakin's Force Ghost is able to assist Rey and offer her guidance on the whereabouts of her father and exactly where he is located, and he ends up being over in the beyond. Now, I know a lot of people are going to come to the conclusion on maybe her father is the Dark Acolyte, since the Dark Acolyte resides over in the beyond. I'm not quite sure about that, to be honest, but I do know that when we look at Episode 9, this movie really is important for Disney and Lucasfilm. That's a given, right? And in order to really kind of make it feel like a traditional Star Wars film, you have to bring back the element of family, without a doubt, either for the character of Rey or Kylo or whoever. The concept of family really needs to be the center of Episode 9. It really has to be the glue, if you will. And that's exactly what JJ is aiming to do with both characters of Kylo Ren and Rey. Now, as far as the interior of the scene, it does in fact line directly up with what we heard a couple of months ago about them using a lake on set over at Pinewood and Cardington for a scene involving Daisy Ridley that is said to be very crucial to the second act of the plot of the film. And now we can see how all the dots are starting to connect. We do know that this movie really is going to tell more stories about Rey's father and her parents in general, both her father and her mother, right? J.J. Abrams even confirmed this over at Star Wars Celebration, stating that there is more to the story to tell than what was already told in The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, which is great. So, with that being said, how Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost is able to pretty much offer Rey guidance as to where her father really is. This also makes the character of Anakin have somewhat of a purpose or meaning during his time in the Lake of Dreams. Now, is he visually there when Rey's in the Lake of Dreams in this particular moment? I'm not quite sure about that, since, it's only described that she hears the whispering voices of Anakin guiding her as she is meditating in the Lake of Dreams to discover new truths about her life and her father, where this place is linked to the Beyond. So the Beyond, I cannot wait to see exactly what this place really is going to be, since we don't know the full picture just yet as to where or what this place really is, or if it even is a place at all. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below and let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No, I'm not the one from night to moon.